Hello.
Hello.
We all made it.
Yeah.
We all have sun shining on us too. Hi, Michelle and Katie and Nancy, Diana. Welcome, welcome. Kathie, thank you for being here. Julian, so good to see you in person. I don't feel like we've seen each other in person yet, even though we live in the same town.
I know my work schedule usually doesn't allow me to have the coaching calls live, so.
Well, it's great to see you. I apologize, you guys. I was having technical difficulties getting on, so we're a minute late here. I'm going to really quickly post under my mom's name. I'm at my mom's house. So Kathie Bressler, so we are starting the medical intuitive session right now. Now y'all know who my mom is. Okay. You guys go. Yay, welcome. All right. What a great day. I'm back to the living. I'm so excited. Thank you guys all for your love. You brought me to tears. I was like, this is so powerful, having the community and everyone to support each other. I got to feel it on the other end, so thank you. I am really, really excited to have my dear friend, I miss Nancy. I'm so excited to have my dear friend and amazing medical intuitive Kathie Chandler here today. Welcome, Kathie. I want to do a quick test. Can you can hear me? Can I hear you? Yay. Okay, good. And so you guys, I want to just really quickly introduce Kathie, tell you a little bit about how she helped me, and then I'm going to ask her a couple of questions, but most of the time today, we are going to spend doing little mini, as many as we can, and Kathie will explain this, little spot coaching sessions, spot medical intuitive sessions. So you can have a question, or Kathie will kind of guide you on the best way she wants to do that. But you guys, Kathie, I am so deeply honored to introduce all of you to Kathie, because I might cry.
You're gonna make me cry.
I might cry. Kathie, you guys, she helped save my life in a major way. So you all know my story. You all know how sick I was with the parasites and the Lyme and the virus. And it took me quite some time to figure out that I indeed had a parasite, and that's what was affecting me. And one of the ways I figured that out, hold on, I hear an echo, so I'm just gonna mute everyone really quick and see if that helps. One of the ways, the big way I figured that out was because my dad was also on this journey, and I went to Kathie as an intuitive, and I said, I'm really worried about my dad, right? This was before I was super sick. We had similar symptoms. And she said, oh, well, he needs to come use my laser. Kathie has this laser machine. She'll talk about it really quickly in a minute, Kath, but it comes from Germany. It's very cutting edge technology. It uses vibrational frequency. You can put it on specific settings like parasite or virus or all kinds of different health conditions. And on a scale of 0 to 20,000, you can determine, it will tell you how severe you have that health condition. And so my dad went, and he maxed out at 19,997 on the first day. And the next day he had hundreds, if not thousands, of parasites come out of his body. It was very surreal, really hard to wrap my mind around how this all worked, how it was possible. And long story short, I ended up doing the same thing and found out that all these parasites were coming out of me. And that was the beginning of my work with Kathie, where I also learned how she has the ability to go in and scan your body. I've only met one other person like this ever, and I've done a lot of different intuitive energy type work with different practitioners. She can scan your body and see what's happening on a cellular level, on a molecular level. So she can see your endocrine system, your organs, how the systems are working together, the neurotoxins. Like, she can see so much of what's going on inside your body. And she was actually able to see the parasites, the virus, the bacteria. She could see all of that. And so she helped me not only to kill off the parasites, but to figure out, okay, what do I do next? Because as you all may or may not know, you at least know a hint of this, and those of you dealing with parasites know, it is a relatively uncharted territory. Doctors they had like a class on it, right? So there's not a lot of really good information about how to heal from parasites or neurotoxins in general, right? And a lot of us have, as we've been talking about, a lot of you guys are discovering, oh yeah, there are these neurotoxins taking place in my body. How do we heal from that? It's not just a matter of simply eating clean, right? We have to have the correct support, make sure all the systems are working properly, right? Supplement support, etc. So Kathie helped me so much with that. She works with people remotely. This also was like amazing for me, even though I live in the same town. Like I could call her on the phone when I was too sick to travel somewhere, and she could actually scan my body, tell me what's going on. And what's really cool is that it wasn't just the physical aspect of my healing, but the internal components of my healing. And Kathie and I were speaking really quickly before this call, and I was sharing with her, one of the things that came through for me is the need to experience joy in my life. And I cannot tell you how many times Kathie shared this with me, because she was being downloaded from Spirit or my guides. And I was like, yeah, we all need joy. But you guys truly, as you all know from that beautiful state course and my experience of fully loving my body, experiencing that joy in my life is what has made a huge, huge difference. I'm trying to figure out who is in this workshop. Do you all see this person with boots? Hi. Oh, yay. Okay. I just don't see you on the little thing. Oh, there you go. Lydia. Hi. So happy you're here.
You're just listening to a video.
Yeah. So you guys, so that's my story, and that's how Kathie's helped me and my family with internal healing, with physical healing, so many things, and most importantly, like helped me to understand what is going on when I didn't fully understand. Because if we don't know, it can be more challenging, especially if it is either an internal healing that needs to take place, right? Or if there is some sort of pathogen, neurotoxin that simply may not fully heal just through diet and lifestyle. So with that, Kathie, thank you so much for being here. We're literally like a mile apart right now. I almost came to your office for this. Oh, hold on. Let me unmute you. Okay, there you go. Now everyone can hear you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. So you're at your mother's? No.
Yeah.
All right. This is intriguing. We're in a restaurant right now as our visual. So welcome. Thank you all for being here. Even if it was just out of curiosity, that is awesome. A lot is coming, so I'm really going to start going for it. You know, I was honored to help Ginny, but I do want to correct something. She said I saved her life. I was a crossing guard. She did the work. I just guided the way. So she saved her own life because she trusted in her guides and spirit and ancestors to help her. You know, I want to say right off the bat, it's lovely that people say I have a gift. I have a memory of a gift that every single one of us came with. And one of my main things is reminding you of your gift and getting everybody to start using it. You know, we're magnificent, incredibly magnificent beings. And I think that's one reason we get so challenged in this physical realm, because we're so not a physical being. But one of the things we've lost is the memory that to keep this physical being running, a fine-tuned machine running, it needs high frequency. That's its medicine. High, like the laser, it's called a theragem, T-H-E-R-A-G-E-M, theragem. You can look it up. When you put a high frequency on a low frequency, the low frequency can't exist. When you sing, you're in a high frequency. When you hum, Humming at a high frequency, like Star Spangled Banner or something, actually is the best thing you can do for your sinuses if you're all clogged up. Your ears are, by the way. Get kids to do the same if they're getting colds or something. Just start humming some songs that are in those higher notes. And everything in our body was created to stay healthy and be healthy. It's our lifestyle and our emotions. Emotions play an incredibly huge role. And when you're sick, that's when you really see them start to come out. You know, I'm married to the sweetest, kindest man you ever met. But when he is sick, he is one cranky son of a gun and whiny. Oh, dear Lord, I don't do whiny well. Poor fella. Okay, I'll be back in a few days. Call me when you're well. No, not really, but emotionally you feel that way. So,
Kathie, I just want to say something really quick. We were talking about yesterday what happens, especially when we are detoxing, and
right.
when it's neurotoxins, it really impacts the chemical makeup and the emotional and mental well-being. Like 2 days ago, I was feeling beside myself, like in a deep, deep hole of dark depression for about 36 hours, right? So now I'm out. Like, it is amazing when we are detoxing, or when you have that chronic symptom, what it takes, the capacity it takes mentally and emotionally to experience joy, to find the beauty, to raise that vibrational frequency.
Yeah, it's exhausting. But what, sorry, there.
Yeah.
So what they want to say about joy is, it's a high frequency. There's an essential oil that I love called Joy. I use it a lot. It's a perfume to me because perfumes are too chemically for me. And anything that can raise you to that frequency, colors raise you to it, stones raise you to it. The things that are going to heal you nowadays besides you, your thoughts are the highest frequency that you have. They're your magic wand. They're your power. As sick as you are in that black, black darkness, if you seek, there'll at least be a speck of light somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude is the #1 way to get to where you need to be. I was molested as a child, and when I had my whole childhood by an uncle, so I never got to experience innocence, and that's what got me the most. When I came to a place with my guides where they told me the only way that I could have growth was to forgive, I was pretty angry, and that's a calm word for how I was. And I told him to show me how, and they showed me his life from the time he was born to that time he was a victim as well. I was judgmental. I couldn't forgive him for what he did, but I forgave him for who he was. Boom, my power's back. Everything that you go through on this planet, because Earth is college, is something you chose to experience, not become, just experience. So with health, no matter what you're going through, and parasites hate high frequency. They want you sad and down because that energy feeds them. Anything that you could do to fill your cup every day, because especially women, we're so busy serving everyone else that eventually your cup is empty. And then it takes from your reservoir, and you're never supposed to give from your own reservoir. So with Jenny, you know, we scanned the body, we found what was wrong. She took the leap of faith and really went for it. It wasn't an easy time, and you'll notice when you're sick or when you're down is when your emotions you just want to give up. This is a bunch of bull. It's not working. That's exactly what the opposition energy, the parasites want you to feel. That energy is a party to them. They're low frequency beings.
And it's not just parasites, right, Kathie? If I understand this, it could be pathogen.
Any illness.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, anything. You know, what they show me, everybody can really read bodies. We've just kind of forgotten how and lost our faith in ourselves. And that's part of what I do, is bring people back to that and guide them down that. I don't like to say that I teach you, because you already know it. I remind you. I do reminding classes. So if I am around Jack and Jack sneezes, and I think to myself, oh, great, I'm going to catch that. I have a guide that serves my every thought, a non-judgmental guide, incapable of judging if they're healthy, sad, glad, mad, good, bad. He just hears me think, oh, he has a virus to catch. And he's like, oh, I'll have her wake up with it in the morning. Your thoughts are powerful, powerful. Every organ and gland has an emotion that it stores in it, the amygdala puts in there. And when it gets kind of full, then it becomes an illness, because the one thing we pay attention to is our physical being. That's the final stage of getting our attention, even on a spiritual level. Lungs are needing to be nurtured, needing to be loved, needing to grieve, needing to nurture and love something that doesn't allow you. You know, your gallbladder is that unresolved resentment, fear of repeating the past. Liver's all that anger about anything. Colon, and this is guys, this is a guy thing. Colon, you know, like they get constipated a lot, and small intestines is holding on to those emotions just. And so every time you get mad, it goes up to the liver, and you're a volcano from 6 years ago, and the other person's like, man, let it go, or whatever. You know, that causes a lot. Stomach's digesting, having a hard time digesting something that's being said or told to you. Every part of your body has something that it takes care of or stores because it's too much for the body to deal with. So we're in a huge emotional cleanse right now, and I suggest that everybody just lets it happen. Cry your eyes out, go scream at the river, because it'll cleanse it and doesn't mind. Go throw some rocks in the river. Just don't throw anything at humans or, you know, often I think, oh, can I shake grown-ups? I know you don't babies, that would be ridiculous, but what about grown-ups? So we're in a frequency stage right now. The most important things you can do is frequency is food. The more alive your food is, the more you can grow your own food, the more you can have community gardens, the more that everybody can work towards knowing the source of your food. You know, I have this dream of this glorious garden and the whole community working on it. So I'm manifesting that. I definitely can't be where I live, but.
Well, and if people can't do right now, if they're like, okay, for example.
Buy organic the best way that you can. And I swear to you, whatever you believe in, whether you have a religion, whether you're spiritual, I'm not a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person. I know that there's a higher power. I figure the 10 Commandments are good things to follow. The 4 agreements and the 5th one, those are pretty good things to follow, you know, so I figure that'll keep me on my right path. But blessing your food on whatever, when I chop vegetables, I think love, I sing, you know, the vegetables at least can't get up and run away. So like my dogs do. Yeah, I Ho'oponopono. I do something. My daughter does it. She went to a Buddhist camp, came back, and I went, oh my gosh, it's a great idea. You can feel the energy in the food. I give gratitude when I eat, that all this food gives me nourishment only, and all that which is not passes through. Yeah. Tell your body what to do when you drink water. Tell your body how grateful you are. You absorb it. What I see with Nancy, do you feel may I ask a question? You can shake your head. I'm sorry, it's just coming in, so I got to grab it while it's here. Do you feel dehydrated often? I'm supposed to tell you when you drink water to give gratitude, you're absorbing it. I'm just supposed to tell you that just came through very strongly. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pull you out in front of everyone, but I've had to do that myself, giving gratitude, because we don't always, because of the things we put in our bodies. So the cleaner you can be with everything, you know, food has always been an emotional thing for me in the past, but now it's become fuel for my brain. Your stomach is your second brain. If your stomach's off, if it's out, your brain is off. It's out too. Your stomach's, one of its main duties is to make billions of probiotics a day to protect your brain. So our digestion is everything. And nowadays, you know, my digestion's been off a little too. I completely see that mine is emotional, because I'm really struggle sometimes emotionally with digesting this world. Like we're Neanderthals again. I don't quite, yeah. I'm not quite sure. So I realized that I've been internalizing that and smiling instead of wanting to scream sometimes. And so, you know, I went to the river, did a little scream, took it away. I did it good and fast because it was freezing cold. So, but whatever you can do that can help keep you in a higher frequency is the greatest thing. You know, you all have your own guides that are always with each and every one of you. They're on your left side. They're the ones that give you what you call an intuition, a feeling. You might say, oh, I knew I should have done that. Well, that was them. And the you that didn't do it was arguing with it. If you could really just look at every single thought you have, the very first thought you have to every subject is them. All the thoughts you have after that is you arguing or analyzing them. Arguing or analyzing them. You all have the ability to know exactly what part of your body's bothering you or not. You might have little feelings like, oh, my digestion's off, or this or that, or you know, boy, my heart's been racing lately, but we shove it aside instead of address it. For me, the first thing I do is something like that. I just put my hand on it and start breathing love into it. I figure I'm going to first do my part in it and see how I feel after that. Sometimes your body just wants love. We're all going through physical right now. We're part of we're in an enlightenment, whether you want to be or not, whether you are aware or not. Those that aren't aware don't want to be. It's a bend over and take a spanking time for the rest of you. It's Spirit's best way to get our attention is through physical. So we're going to fix all of the physical, and even things from the past might come back because maybe we didn't give it 100%, we gave it 90%, so it's back for that 10%. The one thing I want to say to anybody in a healing process, if you have a hurt, so you have a down day or you have a tired day, that's okay. It's part of the process. Don't get discouraged. Discouragement then creates what you're feeling discouraged about. You're the creator of your path, not God, goddess, anybody else. We came down here wanting to be free agents, and whatever we were sipping on, we probably all could use that bravery juice right now. But we came down here to do this and to try to rediscover who we are without any memory of who we are in a human body with emotions and belief systems that we don't have. Where we come from, we literally, the only thing we are is non-judgmental, unconditionally loving beings. Period. Every other emotion and belief system is the creation of this planet. This planet is college. You picked 4 of those to experience, and you'll know guilt was one of mine. I come from a mother that controlled us totally through guilt. You know, I have graduated from that. I'm a master of it. So now I attract people that have guilt, because once you master it, then you have to help your brother. We're all teachers and masters at the same time down here. And every one of you that's on here is one, or you wouldn't even have taken the courage to get on here, or to not think this was ridiculous, or at least to have the curiosity to check it out. So yay for every one of you.
So good. So good. Thank you, Kathie. What amazing insight. Is so much. I'm trying to take in everything you're.
They come fast. That's why I always like them recorded, because you get so much so fast. And I feel like I'm an engineer.
So you guys, you know me, I always like to tie science in with everything. And I have been learning a lot about quantum physics throughout this whole time. And quantum physics really is the how we're all connected. It's the energy behind connecting to the higher power, connecting to each other, connecting, listening. Like the quantum physics is around manifesting. If you've ever watched The Secret documentary, they go into the science behind all of it, right? And one of the things I want to loop back to, because Kathie really hit this on the nail, is the importance of vibrational frequency of when we're creating our food, when we're drinking our water, making sure that we're doing so with love, with joy, with appreciation, with gratitude. And if you look on the chat box, Dr. Emoto, which I think, Kathie, didn't you meet him in person? Was that you?
He's darling. He was darling. He's on the spirit realm.
He is, I believe he's a doctor from Japan. If you haven't heard of him, he actually did a science experiment using these vials of water where all water came from the exact same place, and he placed labels on the outside of each vial of water. Some said words of positivity like gratitude, hope, joy, love, etc. And some used labels such as hate, anger, frustration, resentment, etc. And what you'll see when you click on this link, you'll see, and he's actually written a book on it. When I saw this, it was a huge awakening for my healing in terms of how I treat my body, right? It was like the first step of this. Whoa, the words we say really have a direct impact on our cells, on the food, the molecules that we eat, because the water crystals from the vials of water that had the positive words were the most beautiful symmetrical water crystals you've ever seen. But the water crystals from the negative, the vials of water with the negative labels, looked like very deformed, almost like a cancerous looking cell if you were to see an image of a cancer cell. very deformed. And that is what is happening to our body when we choose to live in a low state of vibration. So whether that's from the food we eat, the thoughts we think, how we interact with ourselves and others, if we're telling our water that we're grateful for it, or asking it to hydrate us, whatever it may be, the way that we live, and I call this anti-inflammatory living, the way we live has a profound impact in raising the vibrational frequency so that we can have an alkaline body. We can help to eliminate the pathogens, and it really helps our cells to regenerate, right, on a very cellular level. So I had to add that piece of science in there, Kathie.
I want to interject for 1 second. The alkaline is very, very important. The reason that most people are acidic, you'll find that monks and that are usually very alkaline people, because they get to sit around and pray all day and, you know, make wine, drink it, eat bread, whatever, most respectfully. Emotions are acidic. Negative emotions are acidic. And you can get the little acid testing strips yourself and do it. Do it as a test for yourself. Prove it to yourself. And put on some music that makes you happy and happy thoughts. And be sure you're hydrated for the entire experience. Because you should always be hydrated. Happy thoughts and that. And then test it. And then I want you to really think about something that's got you pretty doggone upset, you know, anything. Just really think about it. Give yourself 5 minutes of spending some time in it, and then test it again. And then get yourself happy again. Then get the heck out of there. And test it again, and you'll see that it becomes more acidic.
Yeah.
You are the boss of everything. And that's what I've had a lot of talks with doctors. They're just like, oh, here she comes, about compassionate vocabulary. I had a gentleman friend that I loved dearly, 70, I do believe, is 78. Henry, you were 78 here, 78. And I used to go hiking with him, and I would be panting, keeping up with him. I was like, oh my God, you're my hero. I'm going to be just like you now. Not exactly, but then one day he says to me, you know, I've been really tired lately. I haven't had a checkup in 20 years. I'll go to the doctor. I says, well, I'll give you a ride. So I dropped him off, and I just waited in my car, you know, and he sprints right in there. About an hour later, he's walking out half bent over. I thought, oh my God, what did they do to him? He gets in the car and he says, what happened? He says, well, I'm going to die in 2 weeks. And I said, what? I said, no, you're not. I said, don't you dare let them give you a death sentence. Don't you dare believe that. But he accepted it. He literally, they don't call it death. They call it graduated. There's not a fraction of a second that you aren't aware of yourself leaving your body. In my death experience, I was completely aware of leaving it. And in the very beginning, emotionless. I was just an observer. I was observing them trying to save my body.
They don't know about you had a near-death experience.
Yeah, 25 years ago. I've always been intuitive, but I've not always shared it. I had a death experience in a head-on car wreck. We were both doing 55 at impact. I left my body on the operating table and trying to fix all my injuries. And it felt like I was there a week. Officially, I was gone 2 minutes and 38 seconds. And was shown what I was supposed to be doing, and came back and started sharing my gift with people and didn't care. I was so afraid of people thinking I was crazy or that I was still insecure and needed to be accepted by people. And now it's like, well, I'm sorry, you know, hopefully somebody down the road can wake you up, you know? So because of that and that awareness, you know, I started sharing my gift with people, and it's become stronger and stronger. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes for each and every one of us. And the thing that is a challenge, because you're in college, so your test is the negativity of others. Do you play or not? If I'm manifesting, which is giving thought to something and having no doubt that it's mine, period, not how I'm going to get it or anything else, just, you know, right, giving thought to it. And you come up to me and say, Jenny, well, how are you going to, I'm saying I'm getting a new car, and you're going, how are you going to afford that? If even for a second I go, oh man, I don't know. No, man, I'm doing this manifesting. For that moment that I doubted, I lost my energy. It went to someone else. I can do it again, but why keep starting over? Or I can say, I don't know. All I know is I deserve one, and I'm getting one, and I mean it. And the next day I'm in one. And actually it was just paid off 1 week ago after 5 years of payment. Woo-hoo. So nothing's impossible except for the word impossible. It was one of the worst things that ever happened to us when that word was created and the belief system that goes with it. We all believe that it's part of our now, that are part of our truth, and it's not. Physical bodies right now, for me, and everybody's different. So there is no right or wrong way. I want to tell you that because you're all awakening just by listening to me and having guides being here. And you all, each of you have your own crew. You have 8. 6 spirits, that's what you are, and 2 angels, which we're not, but boy, do we love them. Your angels are always on your right side. You got a guide on your left and 5 behind you. And they serve you and only you, and they would only speak to me because you gave permission and no other reason whatsoever. So I want to say to you, right, when I see a body that's out of kilter, like if your liver, it'll be red for me. For me, I identify, I've learned by working with them what they show me. Like if I'm doing a reading with your ancestors and I see suitcases, I know you're going on a trip. If I see boxes, I know you're moving. But if I see colors, some will be very dark. And then that tells me that I need to talk to you about an oncologist or something like that. Or really talk to you about, oh, please forgive me, more about your diet and your joy. Joy is the most powerful. Joy and gratitude, they're the exact same energy. There's always something to be grateful for, that you even have a computer, you know, that you have a roof over your head. I can come up with a lot of things that I could complain about, but I can come up with, I live in a glorious, beautiful place. I live in a community where we all help each other. I mean, that alone, I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere where all of our neighbors are a tribe. I'm into that. There's always something to give gratitude for. If you could give gratitude at least 3 times a day, I really would say more. And the best way to give gratitude is to be in service. You got an elderly lady next door. Have you visited her? Maybe she's lonely. Maybe when you visit her for 5 minutes, it becomes an hour because she is a hoot and you just can't leave. You don't know. The more that we can be in service, the more we're in a frequency that heals our body, the more it makes us joyful because we're feeling good about how good we make this other person feel. But we can't do it and then be upset or feel bad or, oh, wow, I gave all this and they didn't say thank you. Nope, that's not the reason you're doing it. You're doing it because it feels good and because it's who you really are. It's having memory of who you really are. We come from an energy called the oneness, which means where we come from, I love you as much as you love me. We just love. And the more we love, the more there is love. And I can't believe there's not a ceiling on it. It's, as a human, I can't even really conceive it, but I know that it's real. I saw it. I saw so many glorious things.
That's so beautiful, Kathie. So speaking of remembering ourselves, let's take the time. We only have about 25 more minutes. And I know people really want to, I'm guessing, experience some of this spot coaching where Kathie connects to your angels, to your guides, and you can ask a question if you want, or she can just let you know what's going on. What's important is, and you will know this is this is not, Kathie and I discussed, just do one person so that they can have a full experience, or do we allow multiple people to have this experience? And I really want to allow multiple people, but I want you guys to know that this is not the complete reading, and that there's more, like you're going to get a little nugget, but there's so much more in order to have like a comprehensive understanding. So we just don't want you to walk away being like, okay, that one thing is the complete package or the complete understanding of what's going on. Does that make sense to you all? Okay, good.
If I could interject on this. So in order to get everybody, because, you know, I just hate to leave people out. I'm a fairness freak. If you can ask one specific question, if it's a question about your health that has symptoms, then, I mean, I can get there, but we can get there faster. Give me the symptoms. I go right to those organs, parts of the body, and check it out. And then we'll give you something. That way we can cover everyone.
So if anyone who would like to have this experience, if you just in the chat box want to write in line, and Diana is first, and I'll just, can I kind of top it off at 5 minutes, Kathie, let you know when the 5 minutes is up so that we can at least give a few people that opportunity, or maybe even 4 minutes so we can try and get to as many people as possible.
Yep,
Okay, so Miss Diana, yay, so happy to see you. I'm going to, sometimes I can unmute you guys, and oh, there, I unmuted you. Okay, so go ahead.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Diana. Yes. Hello. Welcome.
I'm on little thingies for the first time, so
Very clever. I haven't made it that far yet.
good morning. So how do we start off?
So if you have so we can save time if you have a specific question about yourself. Because this is more surrounded by health, I think this time it would maybe be a health question, unless you have just a simple question like your guy's name or something like that. If it's something about your health, if you want to give me the symptoms so I can go right to those organs and look so we can move more rapidly, that would be awesome. Normally in a reading,
Okay.
I can just take my time and get there.
Okay. Yes, I have so many symptoms, but the most troublesome right at this particular time is my digestion, my gut.
Perfect. Yeah, it is.
Do you need to know more of what I'm experiencing gut-wise and digestion-wise?
Well, you have leaky gut syndrome to begin with. I want to know why. You're not getting the good bacteria in there. Does your heart ever kind of race every now and then, just a little bit? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm seeing the heart come up with this. So let's go to pancreas. All right, let's put her right here to show me. Thyroid's off, hormones there. Yeah, boy, I bet you're a foggy brained a bit, aren't you? I mean, don't you get kind of foggy or walk in a room and go, why the bananas in my hair or something like that? Yeah, because the digestion's so, oh boy. Do you eat grains and sugars? Because you should not eat either one of those. It looks like you could have a mutated gene, and so you're not processing. Your liver, do you ever get sore under your right breast, you know, at the bottom of those ribs? Do you ever get sore there or behind there or even up between your shoulder blades? There's a huge liver meridian that, and people think sometimes it's there's muscles, but actually it's that meridian. Your liver is not a happy liver. If it were me, if I were you, I'd be gently, lovingly cleansing that liver. And Jenny can help that with diet a lot, you know. Liver's anger. So if you got something to be mad about, go get mad, get a pillow, knock it all over the place, go to the river, throw some rocks, scream and yell, get it out of you, deflate, and then let's move on. Because we're in a cleansing time. We're in a very, very high frequency. And it's, so let's use it to our advantage. Digestion. So are you on a good probiotic?
I have been. I'm not at the moment.
Okay, yeah, it's good to go on and off. I would, if it were me, I would do collagen with peptides in it. I would get on the collagen because that is, and I would take that faithfully on a daily basis. Maybe possibly a plant-based protein shake or something. Yeah, you boy, even rice, you know, right now, until we can get this digestion straightened out, you need to really get to almost like a paleo kind of thing going on. You need to really cut the sugars out for now. And anything you eat that's processed, your liver struggles with because it has a hard time processing processed things. We were meant to hang out and just pull fruit off the tree when we wanted to eat it and yank something out of the ground and eat it and I guess go shoot the whatever. And so our systems are trying to process with us and change. But because we're becoming enlightened, we can't have a junky body anymore. We have to start giving ourselves good fuel. Get excited about it.
Okay.
Pardon me?
10 seconds.
I would say get excited about it. Get excited about making some changes and you'll see a change right away. Also, one thing I want to say to everybody. So whatever the subject is, it'll be the last word. Get on your computer and Google healing sound frequencies. For you, then afterwards you do digestion. It takes you to all these YouTubes. That's what they're called, right? You pick one of those and you don't have to stare at the screen, but it has to be the only audio going on in your life at the time because it's a high frequency coming in to get rid of the low frequency. I have seen it work with so many things. If you want a new, and then when you go in, there's a whole nother library on the right of lichen ones. You can try different ones. When you want a new subject, come back out and go healing sound frequencies, muscles, or headache, or higher consciousness.
Amazing.
Sleep.
Thank you.
Okay, you're
So
welcome.
good.
Thank you, Kathy.
Nancy or Diana, I am just kind of summarizing. You guys have this recording, but in the chats, because I know you're taking it in, I just kind of summarized what Kathie said, so you had that written out as well.
You're the best.
Thank you.
This is recorded too. So, all right, Miss Nancy Clavins. Hello, my dear.
Hi.
Hi.
Not sure. There we go. So biggest symptom at the moment, I've been talking about this probably for close to a month now, is after an acupuncture treatment, my left wrist is just exceedingly painful. This treatment was done a month ago, and then I've had a couple of subsequent treatments to try and make it feel better. But my left wrist, here, I'll go side to side. It's very painful when I go this way.
Put it in front of you, please. Can you put it right in front of you? Then I can see it. I can't see your wrist, what you're doing.
Okay.
Right
There's two images of me. That's probably why it's a little confusing.
Okay, side to side. And why did you get the acupuncture to begin with?
I have regular acupuncture treatments that I've been doing. I've worked with this acupuncturist for, I don't know, several years on and off. Originally, I had AFib, and then I had a AFib. I had an ablation that dealt with the AFib. But then back in October, I had actually a pretty serious case of Lyme's. So actually, I started working with Jenny to kind of build my strength back up, because I realized that I was really depleted, and also going into my 70th year that I am now in. I wanted to go in and be strong and be able to keep on going for as long as I can.
Geez, 70th, your skin is amazing. Wow. And your hair.
Thank you.
Awesome. So here's what I'm seeing. When, and that's great, you found someone that you like. It's good when you find someone you like and to work with them, or to have and I should say to all of you, when you're working with 2 or 3 different people, even in the alternative world, they should know about each other, so nobody does something that crosses over someone else, or you're on too many of this and that. I'm not really into lots of nutrients at once personally, because your liver's got to process all of them. For you, what happened, you hit a pretty, what I call a trigger point with that needle from the lungs. So you had some of the residue and issues caused by the Lyme still in the nervous system, and actually, you know, more your connective tissue there. So it's a good thing, because we know and get rid of it. Dang, you know, yeah, I don't see it's a fault of the acupuncturist on any level. But I think it's great that they stimulated that, and they may not know that's what they did, and you can tell them that this is what I've said. Are you in Jackson?
No, unfortunately, I'm all the way outside of Philadelphia.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Well, just tell them what I said, and they I'm sure they'll resonate with it. But so I don't know if they want to try to. What I would do with this more is I would really focus on it, put my hand over it, and give gratitude that you found this to release it, and really give gratitude to your body to release it. Then I would drink a whole lot of water. Direct this. That's the best, quickest way you can do that. Another thing that I would take is, I would also recommend to you, this is interesting, is collagen.
I have started with collagen.
Okay. Yeah, that will be beneficial to you as well. You know, I don't know if you have this where you live, or if you believe in it or whatever, but a CDB cream, or and they make them without the THC in it. You just have to find one that's, you know, everybody's jumping on the wagon and making them. It's not all exactly made to be the most absorbent or powerful. I did that nicely, didn't I? So, you know, and I sought out products, and the ones that really work, they're not cheap, but you know, Volkswagen or Mercedes, I guess. But putting it on a topical one would be beneficial, just to help pull that out, because you actually have a cannabinoid system in your body. And I find it funny that they say they've just discovered it. They've known about it forever. But the medical world calls it the endocannabinoid system, because the endocrine system is not the boss of your body. This is. So it'll go in there and go to work on dissolving what's left. I don't see parasites in the wrist. Hallelujah. At first, my heart started to pound a little when I was seeing what they were showing me. But I do see residue. of the lime, and lime can do that. It can.
Mhm.
It is one sneaky burger, and it is so. It's like trying to evacuate some squatter in California. It's almost impossible,
Right.
but it's not impossible. But frequency. So another thing I would recommend to you, healing
10
sound.
seconds, Kath.
All right, healing sound frequencies, lime. We're not saying we have it.
Okay.
We're just getting that high energy to get it. And I would like to say to all of you, please never say I have, say the body has. Don't take ownership. The body has, not I.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
There you go, Nancy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Michelle, you are up next, my dear. Let me unmute you. There you go.
Hi,
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good, Kathy. Thanks.
Good. You seem
So I had some deep fatigue and like big weight gain that I recently just got diagnosed with the MTF, whatever, gene mutation.
MTHFR.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
had,
have, did they say neurological or coronary? Did they say?
I don't know. It was just the one variant, the C66 whatever gene.
6, 7,
They said, yeah, that one. So they have that. She said SIBO and some adrenal fatigue. And then I was interested about parasites because they did not detect any, but we don't think it was a great test.
That's God bless the medical world. We need them. But they just aren't. I don't know why they're not on board with parasites. I just don't understand.
I know.
And the one drug they have is kind of like a chemo pill, and it's only for a certain kind of worm in that. Frequency is the best way to go after parasites and not to feed them what they want, which is sugar, man. They love sugar. So you realize by having that gene, because I'm already seeing a lot of things, so I'm going to try to go fast here, that your liver's been unhappy. There's a little bit of a fatty liver on you, okay? So, and it's not because you're an alcoholic or anything. It's not just alcoholics it happens to. It's because you've been eating poison your whole life, poison for you. So you immediately need to get off all grains, all grains. The only thing that's not a grain is quinoa. It's just marketed that way so people will buy it. So you can do quinoa. There's a lot of things out there nowadays that you can have. You're not giving things up. You're changing the ingredients. And Ginny's great at helping you with that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm already off all greens, believe it or not.
oh yeah, good girl.
Yeah.
All sugars right now until we get rid of this. So your liver's a little unhappy. That has thrown off your thyroid.
Mm.
So, and that is also what, that's where the weight gain comes from, right? Because you've got that, you've got so much inflammation. This is what's going on. The thyroid's got inflammation. It's not that. You have, I don't like labeling things. The body has its autoimmune disorder. I'm finding the words. Thanks, guys. Autoimmune disorder, because we don't want to, I just hate labels and belief systems. So your body, because of this mutated gene, is responding to everything with inflammation. You have to get inflammation completely out of your life and out of your liver. So if there's anything you're pissed off about, you need to get it taken care of. Do they still sell those things for kids that blow up and they got sand in the bottom and you just do this and they keep standing back up and you can
Bobo dolls, yeah.
Yeah, we all should own one of those. I think every family should own one, maybe have your own. So getting that out of you, that frustration, your adrenals they're tired. Okay, adrenals get kind of beat up. They're one of the first things to kind of get beat up with this gland, with this mutated gene, and it's hereditary. You get one from your mom, one from your dad. I totally know that I have it, and I got it from my dad. My brother has it, but nobody wants to check for it because they don't want to change their life like I did. So what can you do? So anyway, you need a huge anti-inflammatory diet. Right now, what I would recommend to you is, if you have a juicer,
Yeah.
excellent. You need to juice celery every single day. Just celery by itself. You can do other juice,
I just started this week.
Perfect. Good girl. So you juice celery juice every single day. After 2 weeks, then you can add a little turmeric and or ginger to it. but that will start cleaning the liver. We don't want to do a fast, heavy duty milk thistle kind of cleanse. We want to be nice to the liver and do it gently. Plus, if you do something hard and fast, you're going to get sick, not want to do it, and that's it. You're done. So start doing this. Start loving and chanting over that food. We can heal the damage it's done. The minute that you start making these shifts, I dropped 35 pounds in 2 months, and it was inflammation. It wasn't fat. I wouldn't mind it back in my face because now I have wrinkles. I didn't have it before. So,
There's 15 seconds.
Okay. So,
I'll let you finish, but I just want to touch on this because Michelle and I have been trying to figure this out for a number of months now. Do you have any parasites in her body?
All right. Let me just.
Sorry, Michelle. I just had to.
Let me go in here. Yep, in the liver. Hey, what's that? Just off the chart. Have you had any kind of lung stuff lately? No? It's just residue from the parasites. Actually, yeah, in the liver. There's 2 kinds. These aren't horrific ones. I mean, these are, after working with you, Jenny, I look at other parasites. They aren't so horrific to me anymore, like some of them. But yeah, there are 2. So, parasite cleanse, boom, get those babies.
Okay.
I have a belief system of how to do it. Jenny has a way, whatever you want to do. It's really, you should do it for 3 months, no matter what. No matter what you do, I believe it should be 21 on, 7 off, 21 on, 7 off. You go in, you smack them, then you take off and let them think that they're safe. You get them again. And you have to do that because a lot of times if you kill the queen in the beginning, she's always got eggs in waiting that are mature, just waiting for her to release a hormone to hatch them. As she dies, she releases that hormone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to pause us here so we can help everyone else. Thank you. I'm keeping us on track here. There you are, Michelle. There's your quick little summary. And you guys, don't worry. You'll be able, I'll give you Kathie's contact information if you want to reach out to her and do a full session. But I just want to try to get everyone, and I know Kathie and I both have to go right on time. So, Miss Amy.
Hi.
Hi. Yay,
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So I have 2 rare blood disorders. Basically, I have bone marrow failure. And one of the blood disorders, my T cells attack my immune system. And so I have low blood count. So I have low platelets, low red cells, low white cells.
So the immune system is being naughty.
Yeah. And the other issue I have that drives me nuts is I have some acne that goes around my chin area. So I've been off dairy, soy, and gluten for about 4 or 5 years because of that.
This is also a hormonal area. So, you for your blood need a very clean diet. I normally say beets are high in sugar, but for you, a little beet juice here and there would be good. Little, not a glass full or anything, like a couple of shots full, or that would be good. Right. To help the liver process with the blood, to help the spleen. So we need to do more for the spleen. There's inflammation there in the spleen. That's one of the things, this blood disorder. I also see a chemical there. When were you diagnosed with this?
About 7 years ago, and I had a treatment 6 years ago where they wiped out my immune system.
You certainly did. And this is all autoimmune type things. So frankincense, essential oil. I love Young Living, but whatever your choice is, frankincense is one of the ultimate anti-inflammatories. In a pill form, it's called Boswellia, Boswella. My concern about pills at any time are making sure they're digestible, so we can absorb them. So I always whenever I can, I always like to do things more powder, spray, liquid. When I make a smoothie in the morning, I put so many things in there, and I'm just like, okay, all of you guys get along because this is how we're doing it. But, got to get it done. Blood is flow of life. Can I ask, and you don't have to answer, you can just think about this. I'd like to, if we were in a private session, I guess I'd ask about your childhood. And are you a middle child by any chance? And
I'm the youngest of three.
okay, most intriguing. Usually you're the spoiled one.
I would say so.
Yeah. So blood is flow of life, but in all honesty, and I don't mean to cross any belief systems, but you got a past life thing involved in this. And you were septic in a past life and crossed that way, and somehow you brought back this blood disharmony. I would go into healing sound frequency, blood disorder, blood cleansing, and I would go healing sound frequency spleen. I would go healing sound frequency thymus. And I would play those constantly whenever you can, all the time. You know, maybe you even can download them onto a little iPod or something. Not if they space you out though. But it not be talking to anyone or anything. You know, I play them when I sleep. My husband, he just goes out like that, so it doesn't matter to him. You know, whatever of course, put the computer as far away as possible from you. But you need, the best thing to help you is frequency. We need to bring the blood frequency back to what it should be. It's not at the right frequency. We need to get it to see that we call it sibling rivalry going on in the body. The T cells should not be attacking your blood cells. They're supposed to protect them. It's kind of like your body's there's a coup going on in the blood system, you know, in the spleen. Your spleen is under your left breast. Those last ribs protect it. Put your hands over it. And I swear to you, I mean, you know, I've had a lot of things broken from my car wreck, and I didn't want to do the drug route. I was too afraid of being a drug addict or something. So put your hands over your spleen and love it. Tell it you're sorry for all it's been through. Thank you for knowing the truth. It's being lied to. That's why the T cells are attacking. It's living a lie. It thinks it's attacking something that's bad, like it's attacking cancer or something, but it's not. So we need it to see what the truth is, because your immune system thinks it's helping you out, but it's not. So thanking it, loving it, thanking it for rejuvenating itself and for being young. Tell it what to do. Thank it for being rejuvenated itself and being useful. I don't want you to really do a blood cleanser or anything, because it's not really about the blood being dirty. It's about it being, the spleen is processing the wrong things in a sense. So really we want to go to that spleen and work food for the spleen, energy for the spleen, but healing sound frequencies, that's good for the spleen. Any crystals, essential oils, energetic things, getting your feet in the dirt, you know, outside. Of course, I get freaked out about that with parasites, but anyway.
Kath, our alarm went off, but I do want to ask one quick question. Okay. Is there anything that you could do and I don't even know if this is something that Amy would want to do, but like in this type of situation, whether it's Amy or someone else, is there anything you could do remotely to help with the healing besides the frankincense, besides?
Sarah Jim. If there's someone that does it in her area, I do it. I can do it remotely for you, do energy work remotely. This is all about energy for you. It's really all about frequency and energy. And you owe it to everyone that loves you to be as happy as you can every day. You got to find a way to laugh. I don't find a funny video that cracks you up. Mm-hmm. You know, I have one I keep on my phone. I don't know why it cracks me up, but it's this husky behind a fence and Indian music, and the husky's going, I, dad. And I don't know, it cracks me up. Or a little baby laughing. You know, something that will crack you up every single day. You need to have joy. You need to be hugged 8 times a day. This is honestly the truth.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do have a website that you can read about me and contact me if you want, and I'll give you my phone number. Okay. I'll give you all my phone number. So my website is Sacred Messages. The S is capital, the rest is little, and then capital J, capital H.com. So sacredmessagesjh.com. And
is that the best way for people to contact you, Kathie?
That or my phone. Texting is awesome. And my phone number is 307-413-1349.
Okay, both of those are in the chat's box. I'm so sad, Nadine and Katie, we didn't have time to get to you. Kathie, do you have to go right now? Do you have a client walking in?
No, I could do another 5.
If we do 6 more minutes, and we could do 3 minutes for both Nadine and Katie. Okay, Let's do it. I just hate to see anyone out. So Nadine, go ahead, and I'm going to be really strict with this time. If you want to unmute yourself. There you go. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
My body had Lyme 20 years ago, resulting in rheumatoid arthritis. Since I've been clean eating, have felt remarkably better, but my frustration is my hands have, I would say, actually have gotten worse, where they just don't bend all the time. To pull open a door takes both hands. I've always been very private with my pain, so I feel like this has been a big
Trying to
opening
hold
for
on to
me.
your pain? Trying to hold on to your pain?
Oh, I'd love to throw it away.
Then let's throw it away. So I'm already getting some downloads, so let's go for this. So once again, rheumatoid arthritis is an inflammatory disorder. I don't know if you can see my hands. See this guy? These guys were like it, and I've totally reversed it. Not only does it not hurt anymore, I've reversed it. So different things. If you can find a program in your area, do you live in Jackson? No?
No, Illinois.
Find a program in your area, and all these are capital letters with a period behind them. MELT, M-E-L-T. It's just using balls. Look it up on the internet. Maybe you can get some. It's using little balls, and it's working them and giving space between the tendons and working them. I think everyone that has rheumatoid arthritis actually should have a hot wax machine. They're cheap. Just go get one at Walmart or something and do that once a day. The other thing is, what do you hold on to? What don't you let go of? What are you afraid of letting go of? You need to think about that yourself and work on that. Once again, we're going to go back to the collagen, because it helps with that. Frankincense, once again, at the end, I do frankincense every single day. I've got mine right here. I do it every single day. And I also do it internally. I can only legally say that with Young Living. You can do your own thing. I just protecting myself here. Boswellia is a pill form. Once again, you want to try to digest the best that you can. Having a complete, intense anti-inflammatory diet for the rest of your life. It's a lifestyle change. You know, and now I would be, I'm almost 4 years clean. Oh, I am 4 years clean. I would be terrified to eat sugar. I have a feeling I'd be sicker than a dog, or I've convinced myself of that, or I would swell up, or I would hurt, or so now I'm afraid of it. It's the best way to keep me from doing it I've ever had, because it took a lot to get me to finally let go of everything. Dairy isn't so great for you either, especially cheeses. There's great sheep cheese that tastes just like cow cheese that you can find in different places to substitute that. Your liver is a little toxic. I would also say to you, the celery is just such an easy, nice, gentle cleanse for the liver. There's also one, and I'm trying to think who it's made by. It's called Vitality Liver. You can put it in your smoothies. I can't think who the company is. I found it Jenny at A Healthy Bean, and as I was trying it out. But yeah, that would be helpful for you too. And you got to start loving your hands. I've been told that those hands have done a lot in your life, and that you need to honor you. It's time to love you, hug you, give yourself a break. Guess what? Even moms and even caregivers need to be received. So let me tell you something real quick. My rec was a huge part of this, because I had to watch other people dress my daughter from school, things that were so important to me. And I just lay there and cry. Right. All right, they're talking. Let me get this through. Okay, they're going fast. Okay, so they're switching subjects. I'm trying to stick with them just a minute. Can y'all kind of can we reel it in? We're on what humans have is, that time that's not real. We're on that not real thing. Okay, so they want to kind of reel this back in. Let's get that liver clean. You need to take care of you. I was told once that I did something nice for someone, and my guide said to me, Kathy, you're really selfish. And I'm like, what? Look what I just spent my whole day doing. And she goes, and you feel great about it, don't you? And I go, yeah, I do. And she goes, but you never let anybody else feel that way to help you. Whoa. That was a slap in the face. So it was really hard for me, and I still am working at it. I let someone do something for me, and I heard her when she didn't know I was there, like, can you believe I got to do that for her? And I thought, oh my gosh, I was selfish. That was heartbreaking. You need to allow others the joy of doing things for you. It's your turn. You need to let go of feeling like you have to be the maid and everything else. You really, that's the number one thing. No matter what we do to get your body better, you'll keep putting it back there till you take care of this. The Lyme has caused a little, you know, it's more like Epstein-Barr is what I see in your body. The medical intuitive, the medical medium, he's got some good books out on that. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's got some pretty decent information. The main thing is let's clean that liver up.
Awesome.
And then we need to put joy in your life every single day, funny video, listen to things. Everything I've said to everybody kind of works for everybody.
Beautiful. Thank you.
All right, one more person, Kathie or Katie, thank you for giving Julianne your spot. That's very sweet of you. So Julianne is saying she's wondering if she has parasites. She says she works with wildlife.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Let me look
How are
at
you?
what I can find. Yeah. You know, even when we have pets, we should do a parasite cleanse once a week. But you've got a few. Has your digestion been messing with you? And have you been
Yes, it is.
tired? Kind of emotional, unnormal kind of emotional? No?
Not really. Sometimes, but not
You feel creepy
often.
crawly sometimes? Like,
Yes.
yeah, that's them crawling around. I hate to tell you
Ah!
that. I'm so sorry.
I
You
can't.
know, but that's going to get you to get those little boogers out of there, isn't it? The LBs, we call them little boogers, or there's another word I use. So yeah, you really need to do a good parasite cleanse. I can recommend things Jenny can, whatever you want to do. Zero sugar, and they're going to make you crave sugar. They're going to make you crave what they want. You also got to be happy, and it's not easy because they'll try to get you emotional. They'll get you to think of everything that's wrong in your life, how it sucks. They'll want you to give up killing them. I would also go to healing sound frequencies, and I would go to parasites general.
Okay.
One of yours is an entonebia. It looks like a trophozoite. So have you been to a third world country?
No.
That's interesting. Have you worked with people from third world countries? Maybe the animals got it and I don't know about it.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
waterborne. So, you know, I see liver, I see kidneys a little bit, if your kidneys ever ache. So you really got to put the water in you. You want to stay hydrated. You want to stay alkaline. Yeah, you need to go after these guys.
Okay.
And maybe you shouldn't look at your bowel movements unless if you get freaked out. That's what I need to say. But yeah, you need to be really strict. You need to go after it and do this. And I would recommend from now on to do a parasite cleanse once a year. I do it once a year to stay on top of it. I have pets. I work with animals.
Totally.
I'm an animal intuitive as well, so I work with them. So yeah, it's important to do that just once a year.
Kathie, how do you see the whole cat being? Because Julianne lives here in Jackson. How do you? So Julianne, both the whole cat and also the Theragen that Kathie uses, I think would both be really good. How do you see those, Kath? Anything we need to know about that?
Yeah, the whole cat looks good. Actually, looks like it. That's
it. Yeah, it's at Simply Health, and I can do a live on
the ozone part will be really good too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I figured I did.
And thank you for working with wildlife, whatever you do. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Do we have 3 more minutes?
I'll give you 3 more minutes.
Okay, this is it, and then we really, really have to go. But Katie, go ahead. I'll unmute you. Are you there, Katie?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, sweetie.
I've been diagnosed with Lyme disease and parasites. I know my thyroid doesn't function right. I know my liver's not happy. And I lately, just the last few days, have this overwhelming anxiety again, and my heart's racing. And they're doing construction across the road, so my house is literally vibrating. And I think that's what's setting me off. Mm-hmm. But I would also wonder if there's something else going on.
All right, so let me go in and look. This is all has to do with the parasites, and the kind of Lyme and parasite are one thing. It's made you hypersensitive to vibration. And it can do that because it's in your nervous system. These parasites are in your nervous system. So these little LBs, we got to kick them out and kick them out now. Your adrenals, you know, they're in your adrenals. They've messed with your adrenals. So here's a couple of things I want to tell you that's kind of interesting to me. That high anxiety you feel,
mm-hmm.
people that are closer to the veil as far as intuitive, or they've got ancestors that are really trying to say, girl, we're here to back you up or whatever. We just went into a really high frequency, and humans are feeling it like it's anxiety. Like it's anxiety. So that tells me you're gifted, and that probably all of this that's going on with you is trying to keep you from your gift. And so, because we need you. So we really need to go after this. I want you to do that healing sound frequencies, parasites, constantly do the Lyme one. I want you to find anything to make yourself happy. I need you to become a warrioress. You're kicking its butt. You're not going to let it bring you down. I don't care if you need to get a little angry to get yourself there. You need to get your Zenagata Warriors outfit on and get your sword and go after this. Don't let it get you. Because maybe we should just sell costumes that, we all wear to put ourselves there. But it's trying to keep you depressed, because the parasites love when you're depressed. They can control your emotional housing because they've made it to your adrenals. They've made it to your emotional housing. We need to kick these out. Your heart is palpitating. That's all part of the parasite thing. I don't see them in your heart, thank God, because I have seen them in people's hearts, because they travel. They get in the bloodstream and travel through your body. You've got the residue of the Lyme, but if doctors, and I live, we're in the West Coast where they don't even believe we have them here. All biting insects carry Lymes now, because anything that bites has bit something that has it, blah, blah, blah. Spiders are bad enough. Can you imagine spiders with Lymes? Oh, dear heavens. And insects are supposed to be our friends. So you need to really find whatever it takes, a support group, anything to get, just like, no, this is not getting me. I'm going to do what I don't normally do in little things like this, but I need to. Your guide is a female. She's on your left side. Her name is Claire. Claire serves your every thought. She's a non-judgmental being, incapable of judging. This is for all of you. If your thoughts are healthy, deadly, happy, sad, glad, mad, she just knows you're thinking of Lyme. She goes, we're going to keep giving her this. She wants it. When you say to Claire, and she's literal. So if you say, I want, you're manifesting to want. I need, you're manifesting to need. Instead, you say, Claire, your duty is to get my body healthy now. I expect my body to be healthy now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's done. You walk around with the confidence, not how you're going to get there. Leave all the details alone, because if you get involved in those, you've told Claire that you got your own plan and she's stepping back. You have 5 behind you that made sure I was here today. You were here today. They're working on everything. You've got your 2 angels. Start talking to Claire. It'll change your whole life. You've got a gift. You came to do something. It's time, girl, to get off the couch and get her done. Woo! Medicine. Food is medicine. For you, for all of us, your food is medicine. Yeah. Amazing. Where do you live? Where do you live?
I'm near Boise.
Ah, I go to Idaho Falls every now and then. Well, every other week. Okay, great. It's been an honor to serve every one of you. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for taking accountability for your own life and your own health.
Thank you, Kathie. This has been, am I on mute? No, I'm not. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you, Kathie. I know we went 15 minutes over and you have clients walking in and I have to get to Chloe's dance, but I'm so grateful you were all here. Remember, if you need to talk to Kathie, it's in the chat box how to contact her. And also if you have any questions about what's coming up, parasites, whatever, interact with me on Facebook, tag me, let me know. We can discuss this as well in the next coaching call. So I love you all. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. This is recorded and I will get this up to you by tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's see, leave meeting.